everybody. It is day 31 of the holiday hoopla. I can't even begin to, holy crap. So last year I tried to do Vlogmas and I made it like 10 days. I am amazed that I've done all 31 this year. So today we are finishing on everything that we've talked about the last couple of days about slaying 2022. Today we're talking about getting out of your own way and managing obstacles. So life happens, things come up, and sometimes it's even ourselves that get into our own way. So I'm going to be talking today to you guys about mindset, making your mindset shift to be successful, mental blocks, getting out of your own way, when life throws lemons at you, how you can turn those into lemon pound cake, which actually sounds really good by now, and set everything up for my 31 days of motivation. So basically, and I'm sure I've talked about it already, giving you guys a rundown, the 31 days of motivation, I am taking everything that I've talked about this week as far as slaying 2022 and your goals and everything, and I'm breaking it down into 5-minute tidbits with an actionable step that you can do each day. So if everything that I have thrown at you is crazy and confusing and you don't know where to start and your head is spinning, I got you. So what I'm going to do is not only I'm going to have the 31 days of motivation, I also have a Facebook group that will be opening up. It is called Chasing Wellness. So Chasing Wellness is basically going to be kind of like your little hub to hang out in, do those goals, everything. I'm going to have the videos there in the group and on YouTube so you guys can watch them whenever you want. And I'm also going to be creating a workbook to help break everything down and work through everything. So let's talk about obstacles, getting out of your own way. Like I said, you guys know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and let's go. All right, everybody. So this is the final video of the year. So excited. So yesterday we talked about making things happen, getting those goals broken down. We've talked about the vision board. We've talked about goals. We've talked about all that fun stuff. So today we're going to be talking about obstacles and getting out of your own way. And I had to set my notes up because I took notes for myself. So basically, what is it that gets in your way of being successful and reaching all of those goals? 9 times out of 10, it is something called a limiting belief. And what a limiting belief does is it is essentially those automatic thoughts that hold us back from things. So if it is wanting to get a specific job, it's maybe those thoughts that you have well, I'm not good enough at this, so therefore I won't be able to do that. That's a limiting belief, because who says you can't do something? You do, in all reality. Now, there are very obvious specific limitations, and we're not even going to go into that. We're going to talk about those beliefs and those limitations that we can control. Because, for example, say you have a degree in education and you want to go work for NASA, you need a degree in engineering for that. So that's an obvious limitation. But we're talking about those things where maybe you are in education and there's a private school you want to apply to work for, but you're afraid to because you're afraid that they won't like you. That's a limiting belief because you don't know until you try. So a lot of times those obstacles and those limiting beliefs are the barriers, and they're kind of self-set sometimes. If you're wanting to start a business or open a business, it's people aren't going to buy my stuff. Again, that's a limiting belief that we hold about ourselves that may not be true. So how do you get rid of those limiting beliefs? The biggest way to do that is to change your mindset. Now, I know you always hear a lot of talk about mindset and law of attraction and you can do it, and that stuff is everywhere. Basically, what I am talking about is getting out of your own way. What that looks like is basically getting out of your comfort zone. So if you think of your comfort zone as kind of like a bullseye. So you imagine there's a bullseye, there's a second ring, and then there's a third ring. In the first ring is your comfort zone. That is where you are easy to be, it's happy, it's predictable, it's all those things. The next ring within the bullseye is what we call the pain zone in the therapy world. Those are those things that are uncomfortable, embarrassing, maybe you're an introvert trying to be more extroverted. When I started YouTube, it was so uncomfortable for me. I always wanted to make videos, but I am very introverted and it took a lot to put myself out there. So you've got the pain zone. Outside of the pain zone, that outer ring, is what we call the growth zone. So if you look at my videos from a year ago to now, I'm much more comfortable on screen. I'm much more comfortable on camera. If you push yourself through that pain zone, what will happen is you will learn new skills, you will learn more about yourself, your confidence will go up, and you will achieve goals and things that you never thought you could do. For, like I said, and I know I always like to give examples to help make it easier to understand. When I started YouTube and my Instagram, so nervous, so just kind of set in my ways, very introverted, very shy. And here I am, a little bit more open and comfortable and, you know, chatty with you guys than I ever used to be. So that is getting out of your own way. That is recognizing what is that pain point that, number one, is driving you. So if it is increasing your income, for example, so say you don't make enough to live the life that you want to make, that is the pain point. You're in your comfort zone and that pain point's kind of like poking at you. Going outside of that, what does that look like? Is it getting a second job? Is it starting your own business? Is it, you know, asking for a raise? What is that uncomfortable thing? But once you push through that and you get into your growth, you know, your growth zone, you may end up, you know, starting a business that takes off and becomes your full-time job and gives you the life that you want. But you don't know until you try. So that really, if you look at some of the most successful people in the world, that is it. I mean, look at Walt Disney, for example. He started out in Marceline, Missouri, delivering papers for his father, moved, did animation, I think he actually got fired from his first animation studio. He created one character before Mickey, sold that character off, never made anything of it because I don't even think we really remember that character all that much. And then created Mickey Mouse and created Disney. And look at what Disney is today. So had he given up before he created Mickey, there never would have been a mouse. Or, you know, look at Oprah. Everybody knows who Oprah is, but she was fired from a news anchor job when she was younger. If she would have let that stand in her way, she wouldn't be Oprah, you know? So it is recognizing what are those obstacles and what are those limiting beliefs and limiting thoughts that you have about yourself or the situation or your goals. What are those things that are holding you back? Then you want to get out of your own way, basically, you know, address those, push through the pain zone and that discomfort and that just uneasiness and get into the growth zone, get out of your own head. Sometimes it is those things that are the most terrifying that end up letting us be the most successful. And again, we are going to be going really deep into all of this in my 31 days of motivation. They're going to be daily videos. They're like 5-10 minutes long, easily to digest, easy to do all of it. Everything that I've talked about the last 4 days, we're going to be breaking down into 4 weeks. So each of these last 4 videos is essentially an overview of what a week looks like. So today, for example, overcoming obstacles and being successful, we're going to talk about that for 5-6 days. We're getting into it. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much, guys, for following on with my holiday hoopla. I had so much fun. I hope you guys all did too. Stick around for the 31 days of motivation, and don't forget to either jump into my VIP group or to my Chasing Wellness group, whichever works better for you, because that way then you can follow along and reach all of your goals. Like I said in a previous video, if you guys have anything that you want to see, any requests, I take all those requests and I add them to a list, and I'm going to be working my way through in the next couple of months with those videos, because I want to show you guys what you guys like to see. So again, thank you so much for following along. I will see you guys all for the start of the 31 days of motivation. See you guys tomorrow.